Why does a conflict thousands of miles away affect global oil markets, military alliances, and diplomatic negotiations in New York and Washington? Why has the Middle East, long described as volatile, repeatedly become the center of regional power struggles that draw in global powers? To understand this, we need to look beyond individual wars or headlines and see the deeper geopolitical contest between regional powers, with Iran and Israel at the core. At its heart, Middle East geopolitics is shaped by competing visions of power and security. Iran seeks regional influence through strategic depth, backing allied movements and militias across Lebanon, Iraq, Syria, and Yemen, which it views as deterrents against threats from the US, Israel, and Gulf states. Israel, by contrast, emphasizes military superiority and preemption against what it perceives as existential threats, especially Iran's nuclear program and missile capabilities. These tensions are not new, but they recently escalated into direct conflict, including a series of strikes by Israel on Iranian territory in June 2025 that damaged oil depots and critical infrastructure, sending ripples through global energy markets. Much of the conflict is also conducted through proxy networks. Iran has long supported groups such as Hezbollah in Lebanon and other militias in Iraq and Syria as part of its axis of resistance, seeking both strategic depth and political influence. Israel has targeted these proxies to weaken Iran's reach, while also engaging in direct operations against Iranian military sites, actions that have previously drawn international condemnation and fears of wider war. The structure of these rivalries reflects broader regional alignments. Some Gulf states, historically wary of Iran's influence, have reconciled with Israel or pursued cooperative ties, shifting the regional power architecture. At the same time, external powers like the United States play a strategic role, judging the balance of power and often supporting partners aligned against Tehran's expansion. Diplomatic efforts, such as recent nuclear talks between the US and Iran, aim to prevent further escalation, but disagreements over scope and enforcement illustrate how intractable these issues remain. Importantly, the conflict is not purely military. It is ideological and identity-driven. Iran's leadership, including its supreme leader, has for decades framed Israel and Western influence as existential threats, shaping internal politics and foreign policy rhetoric. Meanwhile, Israel sees the prevention of a nuclear-capable Iran as central to its survival strategy, even if that means acting unilaterally or with limited international backing. The Middle East's geopolitical struggles affect more than regional security. They influence energy markets, global arms sales, international diplomacy, and alliance formations worldwide. Whether it's oil price spikes after military escalation, shifts in US troop deployments, or debates at the United Nations Security Council, the repercussions extend far beyond the region. Understanding the Iran-Israel dynamic and how it intertwines with broader regional rivalries is key to making sense of contemporary international relations. And now that you grasp the geopolitical drivers of Middle Eastern conflict, the next logical step is to examine how nuclear deterrence and arms control shape strategic stability in contested regions.